Hey guys, the Bearded Beast of Duloc here. Today I want to talk about bench press setup. I want to give you some tips that can help with your bench press form. This video might go a little long because I'm going to try to cram them in and get them all in one video. So if I am confusing you at all, please let me know in the comments section below. And here we go. I'll try not to forget anything. The first tip I want to give you is with grip. Okay, when you're holding the bench press, when you reach out and grab the bar, number one, you want to squeeze it with a death grip. Okay, it's imperative on the bench press that you stay as tight as possible throughout the entire body. I have found on the bench press more than any other big lift, squats or deadlifts, that I need to stay as tight as possible, and all over from head to toe on the bench press to keep good form and to maximize my strength. So it all starts with the grip. You want to have a death grip on the bar. When you're sitting out here with your arms extended, the next thing I want you to do is envision bending the bar, okay? You want to envision bending the bar. Let me see if I can get this on video. You want to envision bending the bar that way, okay? Do you see that? That way? Like if your arms are out, you want to envision bending it that way, like over your body towards your toes. Does that make sense? That'll help you keep your elbows, that'll help you keep your arms tight and your elbows tucked where they should be, instead of, benching them arms flared out like this, like so many of the bro lifters do, which is bad for your shoulders, kids. Very bad for your shoulders. Arms flared benching is horrible for your shoulders. So, excuse me, by trying to bend the bar in like that, or trying to bend the bar like that, you'll help keep your elbows tucked. So I try to bend the bar. Again, you're trying to bend it like that. Your hands are like this holding the bar. You're trying to bend it like this towards your toes. Just imagine that this is me laying flat, kids. You're trying to bend it this way, if that makes sense. The bar towards your toes. Trying to bend it in. That will keep your elbows tucked. See my elbows going in when I try to bend it like that? That'll help keep your elbows in the proper position. Okay, 3 minutes in, that's tip number one. The second one, tip to help you stay tight is, once you have your back nice and tight and you're set up like this, you want to set up with a tight back. Your back wants to be kind of a shelf. You don't want to have your lats flared and all loose. You want to get those lats tight together and build a nice shelf so you can lift that back. First off, you want a good strong base for the bench press, and that also not only gives you a base, but it helps elevate you just a little bit, and it gets your back tighter. What am I trying to say here, kids? Get your back tighter. So from that position, you want to concentrate not just on letting the bar drop to your chest like the bros do and bounce it off their chest, but you want to concentrate on rowing the bar towards your chest. That'll help keep your lats tight and your back tight and your upper body tight, your arms tight, your wrists tight, everything tight. So, from the arms extended position, you row the bar towards your body, okay? Odd concept, I know, but it will keep your upper body tight and keep you contracted and coiled like a spring, prevent you from getting your lats all loose, because when you're lowering the bar, if you just let your lats go all wet noodle and so on, you're going to lose some of your power and strength. So that tip, roll the bar down towards your chest, kids. Excuse me, it's hotter than heck in here tonight. Let's see, another tip, arch. Depending on, this is a hotly debated subject, but a lot of the bodybuilding community will say you don't need an arch. Well, You don't need a powerlifting arch if you're just trying to build the muscle, kids, but you do need some arch because that'll help you when you're setting up on your back in your traps for the bench press. If you just go flat backed and have no arch, it's harder to keep your back tight, and that's going to impact your strength. It's going to increase the distance your shoulders travel backwards, which is going to put more strain on your shoulders. So you do need some back arch. Not a ton of back arch, kids, but you need a natural amount of back arch to take the strain, to set up properly, keep a tight back, and to take strain off your shoulders. So, to get a good feel for the back arch, when you set up, think about push your hips towards this is your hips, kids. This is your lats. Concentrate on trying to push your hips towards your lats when you're set up, like you're driving your hips towards your back on the bench. That'll not only help you keep your lower back and hips tight, but it'll keep that arch nice and tight, and it also will help keep your butt on the bench, which is important if you're a competitive power lifter. That's the cue I use to try to drive my hips, my butt towards my lats. So that's the next tip. Another obvious one for power lifters is driving your heels down when you initiate the bench press. There are two different ways you can set up your feet on the bench. One is with your feet back and kind of up on your tipsy toes, or maybe even flat if you're super flexible. The other is more like feet forward with your knees. This is your knees, kids. This is your hips, with your knees below your hips. That's how I bench, and it's more stable for me. When I bench with my feet back like this, I tend to be more shaky, and I can't get a good tightness. So whichever way you bench, you want a good tightness in your legs. You want them to be tight, and you want to be able to drive your heels down. So initiate the bench press by driving your heels down, and as you push up, and that'll help with turn the bench press into an overall full body lift. It'll help you move more weight, that sort of thing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm trying to think if there's any tips that I can squeeze in the next 2 minutes that might help as well. Maybe the last tip I can give you is when you're pressing, don't quit. There's so many grinders that I've been able to grind out. If it gets tough on the reps, don't quit, kids. Don't quit. Keep grinding it out, and think about throwing the bar through the ceiling when you initiate the press, because explosiveness, momentum are your friends, kids. And that's how I teach my daughter she's a power lifter. I teach her to explode the bar through the ceiling, or throw the bar through the ceiling. Drive it. So, guys, that's as many tips as I can squeeze into 10 minutes on YouTube's. So if you have any questions or comments related to bench press form, please leave them below. And I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. And kids, please, if this video has been a help, post it on a lifting forum, post it on your on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, wherever. I would appreciate it. And as always, kids, please subscribe to the Bearded Beast of Duloc, kids. The Bearded Beast of Duloc, who bench presses by rowing the bar. Have a great day, guys.